Hi, I'm Katie Geiger, and this is the second in this series of videos that was designed to help you work with your child in terms of learning sight words, learning them for reading and learning them for writing. In the first video, I talked about 3 important ingredients, and I'm going to just briefly review those again for you in this video. The first one is choice, making sure that it stays engaging for children by offering them a choice of materials and a choice of which words they're going to practice. It keeps it engaging for them, but also it gives them decision-making practice. It lets them be the authority about some of their learning. That will keep them engaged as well. The second ingredient I talked about was duration, not making this lesson go too long for children. You'll be able to tell when they start to tire. So stop when the interest level is high and they will want to engage with you in this activity again the next time. The third one is language. What to say to truly support your child, to sustain that learning and to make it concrete within them so that it sticks with them. So again, I'm going to pretend I have a preschooler or a kindergartner next to me, and I am going to model all of those languages for you so that you will know what they look like and sound like. So let's get started with some new tools. The last time I introduced crayons, skinny markers, fat markers, and then toothpicks as something that maybe they've never used before for learning. This time, I'm going to start off with something like a Magna Doodle. So it's going to sound like this. Look what I found in the playroom. You've been using this for drawing pictures. Now we're going to use it for writing words. I know, we're going to give that a try. I'm going to teach it again, just like I did in the first video. I'm going to teach them what it looks like and sounds like, and then I'll offer them those words when they begin their work. So it will look like this and sound like this. So I'm going to pretend this is just like a piece of paper. I'm going to hold it still so it doesn't move around. This is going to be just like a pencil. S-E-E-C. What did you notice? Yeah, I noticed that too. There's only room for one of these words. What else did you notice that I did to help me be successful? I did hold it down and it did not scoot around on me. You know what to do to get this word off, right? Okay, you go ahead and clear it off and you do it. Then I'm going to be saying things like, I noticed you're holding it down with your hand. That's keeping it still. I noticed you're holding this just like a pencil. Oh, I see you squeezed that word on there 2 times. I'm not going to say that every time they do the word, but I'm just going to say it at the beginning so that they know they've got it, or I might wait until the very end and tell them all the positive things that I noticed. Here's another material, another tool you can use with your child. I got this at the dollar store also. It's called a whiteboard. And you can either use what is called a dry erase marker, and it will say it right on there that it's dry erase, or you can get something that will say wet erase. You have to use something moist, a paper towel, when you clean it off with this. So for today, I'm just going to use the dry erase marker. Maybe you've seen these at school, maybe you've used these at school. This is called a whiteboard, and you can use it for drawing, kind of like the Magna Doodle, or you can use it for writing words. Watch, I'm going to show you how to use this. See that part right there? It's going to stick in the back. T-H-I-S, this. What did you notice? Yes, there's room for a lot of words on this. What else did you notice? What did I do to make this successful for me? Yes, I still had to hold this still, just like with the Magna Doodle, like with a piece of paper. I picked one of the trickier words on your card this time. You can pick this word or one of your other words. Are you ready to give it a try? Okay, I'm going to take the lid off so you get some practice putting it back on. There you go. You know, I'm going to notice what they're doing. I'm going to notice that they put the cap back on so it doesn't get lost. I'm going to notice how they're holding it. I'm not going to say good job. I'm just going to tell them what I saw them do that was successful for them. One of the parts they like the most is cleaning it off afterwards. It's so fast and easy. So now you have the tool of the Magna Doodle. You have the tool of the whiteboard with the choice of dry erase or wet erase. The next one I'm going to offer you as a tool to use with your child in terms of learning those sight words for reading and writing is PlayDoh. I am using an old cutting board. Sometimes people use a cookie sheet for this. I'm only going to show them 2 different ways to use the PlayDoh, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Can you believe it? We are going to use PlayDoh for practicing sight words tonight. I picked the purple one. First, you got to get it out of the container. I've got the whole thing, and that's okay. Maybe you only need part, but I'm going to try it with the whole wad. Okay, watch how I flatten this. Yeah, but you don't have to use both hands. You can use one hand or 2 hands. When you think you've got flat enough that you can do writing, then you just stop. And I'm going to use this like a pencil, the pointy part. So I've really got to hang on tight to this. Here we go. I, S, is. I, S, is. I'm going to turn this around so that you can see. So I just used it like a pencil. And what I want them to notice is that I did not push too hard. So I'm going to ask them a question like this. What did you notice about how hard I pushed on this? I did not go all the way through. I don't need to. It just makes it look messy. So just a light pressure when you're doing it. Here's a different way you can practice. Now I'm just going to let them practice that for the first day. The next day we use this, I'm going to show you a totally different way you can use this golf tee. I, S, is. So I just gave it little pokes, little dots. It's like making it in dotted letters instead. You have a choice today. You can either write with it like a pencil or you can poke dots for the words. What do you choose today? Okay, get started. I'm going to let them use this Play-Doh for a couple of days. I got this for 50 cents, so I bought a couple different colors. Giving them that choice of color, giving them that choice of which words they're going to use, offering them, do you want to use Play-Doh today or the whiteboard? Do you want to use the toothpicks today or markers? Giving them a choice of 4 or 5 things. Once they are ready to handle that amount of choice, you'll know when they're ready for that. So what do you know? You know about keeping it engaging with choice. You know about stopping when their interest level is high so that they want to come back and do it again. You know you're learning more and more about how to support your child with appropriate language. And you've got a couple more tools to work with. I bet you can't wait. Have fun with this, you and your child.